Hi gang, now this is going to be mega controversial. This is Mike G from Mr. GTV and MrMikeGarner.com, and take from this what you want. If it's not to your liking, turn it off or tell me why you disagree in a positive way, because I'm offering this with love. I've just took my grandkids and my daughter to Llandudno, been to a soft play area for my two younger grandkids, and then we went up the pier. Fantastic morning. On the way back, really delighted to see a traditional seaside entertainment Punch and Judy show. Now, I knew this, but I'd forgotten the symbolism in a Punch and Judy show. So there I am filming it, and my grandkids are laughing and, you know, what do you want to do, what you have to do, all the Punch and Judy sort of stuff, you know, it's behind you, like the pantomime. And they've got the crocodile, which interestingly enough is the serpent. It's the reptilian, and it's got the policeman, and it's got the judge. So it's all about archetypal authoritarian government. So you could say, are you getting a bit deep here, Mike? You know, it's just a kids show. It's an old pre-Victorian entertainment thing for kids, and the kids are all taking part. And I mean, in this cancel culture at the moment, it really surprises me that when people are being deleted, that you've got a kids entertainment show, and literally must have been 50-80 kids watching, that Punch comes home, asks his wife, the puppet Judy, for his tea. His tea's not ready, so he hits his wife over the head with a stick. Good imagery. What's the moral to that? And you could say, well, come on, lighten up, it's entertainment. But with so many people, as I say at the moment, getting deleted for saying or doing something far less, all these comedians being deleted and what have you, it's just fascinating that they're getting away with that. But right at the very end, this is the point, right at the very end, when all the children have created a 20-minute relationship with these dolls, and they've been interacting with these dolls and laughing at these dolls, one of the characters is told to do something, and because he doesn't do it, he's called a very, very naughty boy. A very, very naughty boy. You're a naughty boy. And what do we do with naughty boys? And out comes the gallows. They put a rope around his neck, and the show ends. You ready for this? The show ends with this doll that everybody's been laughing with and creating a relationship, and you've been laughing along with, being hung. It's actually left with the doll hanging, and then a vampire devil figure coming out and laughing and saying, that's what we do to naughty girls and boys who don't do what the law tells them to do. Couldn't make it up. Now, okay, you could say, well, there you go, Mike, being deep and looking for hidden meanings. There's no hidden meaning. The actual cabinet that this puppet show was being performed in had Beelzebub all over it, which is Masonic symbolism. It's satanic Luciferian symbolism, and the person that was actually doing the show was called Professor Codman. But if you looked at it very closely, the cod, the C in the cod was a G. Professor Godman. Godman doing what's supposed to be entertaining stories to children who are so impressionable with these archetypes and these imageries and this Luciferian good and bad. And what happens if you're not good and you don't do what the judge says, and you don't do what the authority says, and you don't do what the policeman says? You get hung. And I couldn't believe it. And actually, Catherine, my daughter, quite rightly so, and me, both agreed, looked at each other and said, oh my goodness, we're not watching this. We pulled the kids away. Now obviously the kids don't at that age realise what's going on. And you might say, well, get a life, mate, you know, you're being too serious. This is indoctrination. This is pretty evil, in my opinion. These archetypes from Victorian times, bygone era, are very strong. This is real powerful storylines programming, in my opinion, for kids when they are so impressionable, and, you know, making them frightened of the police, frightened of authority, frightened of a judge, frightened of the church or the crown, more to the point, and imprinting in them that they get hung, that they'd be dead. I mean, the curtain's closed with this character that they've just been interacting with, as I say, joking with. They've created a relationship with, that they've started to love this puppet, this doll, so to speak. The curtain's closed with it hanging dead with a rope round its neck, a hangman's noose from the gallows. And this is family entertainment at 3 o'clock on a Tuesday afternoon on Llandudno Pier. Bit of an eye-opener to me, but not a shock, because I've seen it before and I've realised it before, but it really hit home. And my daughter, who is of the same mindset as me, who understands archetypal imagery and symbolism, didn't miss it at all. She turned to me and said, I don't want to watch this, I'm taking my kids away. So I completely agree. I've actually filmed some of it and took some stills, which I'll post, but watch out for this. I'd like to think that the bloke doing the performance is well intentioned, and I don't want to be done for liable for saying anything different, but make your own mind up what the intention of that sort of entertainment is, and where it comes from. It's fascinating that, and I'm going to say something else that's controversial, the end of the pier and the whole of that area is known for being energetic, with the Merlin line running down the North Wales coast, and you've got the Great Orm, which is a great serpent, or the Great Worm, the Great Orm. It's the Great Worm. It's the Nordic, Icelandic word for worm, Orm, which is serpent, and you've got the Chang, which is the elephant on one side, the Little Orm, and then you've got the Great Orm, which has actually got the reptilian alligator symbolism in the rocks. And I'm not making that up, you can see it, and if you don't believe me, have a look at any Google photographs on Google Maps of the Great Orm, the crocodile, the serpent, the reptilian, and then the Little Orm, which has got the Chang, the elephant, and also just above it, looking down on it all, you've got the Viking, Icelandic axe making stone circle up at Penmaen Mawr, and you've also got the burial grounds. I mean, ancient wisdom, occult knowledge, occult not being bad or evil, it means hidden knowledge of that area and the energies in that area, which is why all the Druidians, the early paganistic and Druidian Welsh monks, used to do all their spells and rituals there. It's a very powerful area right next to the Masonic obelisk at the end of the pier. Always near water, which is to carry the energy, to radiate the vibration, and then to have the show. And as I say, it was called Codman, Professor Codman, which is Godman, if you understand that. The C was hidden behind a G, and then it had pictures of serpents and Beelzebub and Baal, which is the Masonic, Luciferian, Satanic icon. Couldn't make it up, could you? Positive comments in the comments box. Even if you disagree, be positive, be constructive in the way that you disagree. If you want to chat, I'm here for that. Be powerful. Enjoy your mind.